Hey, I'm Veronica. I'm happy to be with you today. I am back home in Chicago, and I want to let you know that if you are still waiting to hear from me, you sent an email and you're waiting. I've been fast at work these last couple days. I got back on, I think it was Friday. It was a really long journey home. I got back on Friday. I've been trying to play catch up, so the wait shouldn't be much longer. So do keep that in mind if you haven't heard from me yet, that it will be soon. But I am back. I am back to making videos. I did take a ton of amazing travel videos with my GoPro, which I'm going to be editing in the next couple weeks. So do look forward to that. Ecuador was absolutely amazing. It exceeded all of my expectations. It is someplace that you definitely should go. It is incredible, and I had an awesome time, and the people were lovely, and it was wonderful, and I had the time of my life. So first thing I'm going to do is start with a question actually that was posted in Super Chat the day that I was leaving for Ecuador. I was actually doing a live session from the Atlanta airport, and I somehow missed this question. I couldn't figure out how to scroll back up, and I am going to answer this question as promised. So I'll start with this one. Then I'm going to answer a couple other questions that came through by email. Then I'm going to answer some questions live. And this is about specific person. It's basically about manifesting anything, but I know many of you are here for the specific person aspect. So that's why I labeled it as such. Okay, so this person said, I've done a good job redirecting conscious bad thoughts to neutral or positive thoughts. That's good. But my subconscious seems to have deep negative thought patterns. Any way to help control this? So this question is all about the subconscious. And I know that the subconscious frustrates a lot of you because you wonder, well, I'm thinking good things, I'm feeling good things, but my subconscious is doing this other thing, and how do I stop it? Stop that from happening. And I do think that you are in control of your subconscious mind. So I know it may feel like your subconscious mind is in control of you, but it's really not true. You originally programmed your subconscious mind, so it stands to reason that you can reprogram it as well. One of the things you want to remember is to not get frustrated with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is only an extension of you. It's not this mysterious force that has some control over you. So definitely don't get frustrated, because the more frustrated you're going to get, the more anxious you're going to get, and then the further away from your desire you are going to get. So the whole idea is being determined, redirecting your thought patterns to new empowering ones. And if you get frustrated with your subconscious mind, then you're kind of back at square one. You kind of haven't accomplished anything. So what I want you to do is, if you are struggling with deep-seated these beliefs that come from childhood, these beliefs that seem to be irreparable, I want you to say to yourself, you know what? My subconscious is my friend. I'm going to start thinking of my subconscious as something that can help me instead of working against me. And I'm going to befriend my subconscious instead of getting pissed off at it, getting angry at it, getting frustrated at it. Say to yourself, you know what? It's just me. And maybe it's still in the old negative thought patterns, because that's how I was living for a good portion of my life. But you know what? I'm not living like that at all anymore. So it stands to reason that sooner or later, that these good feelings are going to catch up with my subconscious mind. My subconscious mind is not working against me. The more I can just be chill and go with the flow, the easier my subconscious is going to catch up. So I think that those are some empowering affirmations. But again, manifesting good results is all about determination. It's all about belief within yourself. It's all about your ability to feel like you can really do something, you can really accomplish something, that you can really change whatever it is that's bothering you. So for example, if you're trying to attract that specific person, yes, it can happen, but let it happen in its own time. Don't feel like your subconscious mind is working against you. Okay, so now on to the next question. These questions came through email from someone who I believe is, I can't remember, trying to attract an ex. Let me find out. Let's see. This person is, yes, trying to manifest their ex back. They have a few questions. So ex-specific person, it's kind of all the same. That was my cat Padme, by the way. She ran off to do something that cats do. Okay, so this person says, we have been in no contact for exactly a week now, and I'm starting to get a woozy gut feeling inside that he is moving on. Okay, let's start right there, because a lot of you get worried that if you are in no contact, that it means it's giving the person an excuse to move on, move away from you, to no longer care about you. If you are doing no contact, the whole point of no contact is to get strength and to feel empowered. And if you are feeling sick inside, then you're not really accomplishing what no contact is. So what you want to do is you want to really remember why you're doing no contact. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I am empowering myself. I am showing that I matter. I am giving this person some space. I am giving the world a chance to respond to my newfound feelings. So while you are in no contact, you want to be in a good state of mind. You want to try to act in the end result, which is calm, which is, feeling good about life. Because if you were with this person again, or if you had attracted this person, in the case of a specific person, you would feel good. You would feel like life was on your side. So in doing no contact, you want to take some time to yourself. You want to do a lot of meditating. You want to do a lot of relaxing. You want to show that you matter. So be sure that, the point of no contact is, again, not to feel sick inside the whole time, like, oh my God, he or she is going somewhere else and I'm just letting them move away from me. Instead, feel like the time apart is working in your favor, like they're missing you. And let's see the rest of this question. Other days I've been able to shake this negativity, but now I cannot. Is it a sign? He is the type of person who waits for me to reach out. Okay, so a lot of you worry that no contact will backfire because you think that your specific person is the kind of person that won't reach out first, that just won't do it, and that it's up to you. You have to take the action or otherwise it'll never work. What you usually find is when you do take that action, it doesn't get you the result that you wanted. You want this person to want to be with you. You want this person to want to try again with you or try a relationship with you. And if you reach out, usually it ends up going nowhere. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it doesn't actually get you that huge breakthrough result that you've been waiting for. So if you want the huge breakthrough result, what you got to do is you have to allow the universe to intervene to put you together. So maybe your specific person is the kind of person who won't reach out first, but the universe has a way of, instigating you two to be together. It has a way of orchestrating something. So maybe you accidentally bump into one another, even if you don't live in the same place. Maybe someone else contacts that person on your behalf and you didn't even know this was going to happen. There's a million different scenarios of how you can get back in touch. So what I would do is, instead of stressing and saying, oh my gosh, I have to be the one to reach out or it'll never work, say to yourself, you know what? The universe works in mysterious and wonderful ways. Who knows how we can get back together? Who knows how we can start communicating again? But I'm not going to stress about that part. I'm just going to imagine us freely and openly communicating and how wonderful that is. And this person missing me because they haven't talked to me. And I think that is genuinely the best way that you are going to initiate a reunion or initiate the start of a new relationship. It's not going to happen by you pushing or forcing or shoving or being scared that this person doesn't want to see you or doesn't care about you. And so I hope that this could answer this person's question. Let's go on to the next question. Several. And if you want to email me your question, I do answer them from time to time, depending on my mood and what I have available. So, feel free to email me questions. It may or may not appear in a new video, but I do appreciate them because they help. Here we go. Here's the other question. Okay. This person also wants to know, should I date? Okay. I know you said it's okay to date while you find your happiness, but it's a third-party person. This person I can be dating is almost the reason for my breakup. Wow, that's an interesting scenario. So basically, this person is wondering if they should date the person that I guess was somewhat responsible for the breakup. That's sort of an interesting situation because I think that it's good to not wait around, and you don't want to feel like your life is on hold while you're waiting to be with your specific person, the person that you ultimately want to be with. So, I think it's fine to date pretty much whoever you want because you want to feel like you are in control of your destiny. Like you aren't going to do something that's going to take away what you ultimately want. So I think that if your heart wants to connect with this other person, even if they were the reason for the breakup, that why not? Because feel like things can work out in the end, no matter what, and that'll somehow play a part in the bigger picture. But I wouldn't stress and think that you could do something wrong to keep away your happiness or keep away your good. And definitely don't try to manipulate the situation. Like, don't say, well, if I date this person, it's going to make my specific person jealous. It's going to get us back together. Like, don't manipulate the situation. If you genuinely want to spend time with this person, I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's go on to another question. This person says, I put a lot of time into my manifestations. Twice daily, I have a routine of at least 30 minutes. I feel pretty good when I do it. Occasionally throughout the day, I feel a jolt of negativity and sadness. Does this hurt my chances? My coping mechanism is to listen to you at all times. I feel better. I'm glad I can make you feel better. Is this healthy or is this hurting my chances? Okay. So to start, I don't believe in chances like odds. Like if you are doing sort of exercises to better your life, it's not like a game of chance. Like you're not trying to increase your odds of how likely it is for something to happen. I believe that when you put time and effort and energy into something, it's going to happen. You may not know when it's going to happen, but it's definitely going to happen. And I think that it's fine to have a routine. A lot of times when you first start with a goal, it's good to have a routine because it gets you into the mindset of actually achieving that goal. But I don't think that you should carry out a routine, especially a strict routine, for a good length of time. Because basically what you're doing is you're starting with an intention, you're starting with a goal, you're starting with doing some exercises that can make you feel at one with your desire. But then you want to get into a place where you can actually receive your desire. So if you're constantly in this routine, then it's like that's become your life. Your life isn't actually getting the desire. Your life is being stuck in the routine, and that doesn't work. And especially if you're feeling a dip in energy during the day, the parts in between doing the visualizations and doing the affirmations are actually more important than the affirmations themselves. The visualizations and affirmations are meant to boost your energy so that you carry that energy with you throughout the day. If you're only feeling good while you're doing these exercises and then you're feeling crappy the other times, then it's not really helping. So what I would suggest to this person is actually to ditch some of these routines and to live more mindfully. Because plenty of people manifest good things that haven't done a single visualization, haven't done a single affirmation, at least consciously. And the reason why this happens is because they're living mindfully, they're living determined, they're living in a state of feeling like something is possible. And that's more powerful than any sort of routine of 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. That inner determination, that inner worth, that inner courage is exactly the thing that's going to get you to the goal. Now, it's good to always have a coping mechanism, of comfort, but I think you need to live your life. Like you can't just have your life be manifesting. You have to actually live your life as if, and that is what living in the end result is. It is feeling like life is okay, feeling like life is good. Okay, let's get to some live questions. And I want to start off by saying that no situation is impossible. Your situation, whatever it may be, it is no worse than anyone else's. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not defective. You are not, you are not exempt from finding the love of your life. A lot of people get so discouraged after so many years of failed relationships, after so many years of trying to find someone and failing, that they feel like that there is something wrong with them and that life is just cursed them in some way, but it's not true. And I want to state that so much because I believe this about myself for so many years, that I was cursed, that there was something wrong with me, that I was just defective, that I was just unlovable, that I was different than everyone else, that everyone else could be in a happy, loving relationship, but I was condemned to live a life of loneliness and despair and to always be alone at holidays and always to never be given a birthday gift. Like I was completely in this mindset for so many years. And once I broke free from this is when my life finally changed. So if I could do it, you can do it. I know what that feels like. And I know what it feels like to be stuck in lack. And it doesn't have to last. Like literally, there's nothing wrong with you. It is complete and total illusion. It is a lie you've been telling yourself for so long. And I'm sure you have evidence to support it. Like I had plenty of evidence to support it as well. But once I kind of threw that evidence in the trash can and I decided to no longer be reliving those old horrible memories of when guys treated me like crap and when life kind of kicked me in the face, once I stopped living in that consciousness is when things turned around for me in all different areas, not just love, but also financially, my health, all these different things. Okay, so let's take some live questions. Okay. Visualization by first person perspective or third person. Please clear this for me. You know what? It doesn't matter. I know that plenty of websites will tell you that you have to visualize in a specific certain way or otherwise it won't work or otherwise you're doing it wrong. And all that creates is a sense of disbelief within yourself, like as if you have to do it perfect or otherwise it won't work. Visualization works no matter what person you're in, no matter if you've imagined it in your mind or just written it down as an affirmation. Like visualization works because it's setting the stage of what's to come. Doesn't matter if you're visualizing it as a movie or a television show you're watching, or if you're visualizing it as yourself. I think that, it can be helpful to add different senses to it, like touch, taste, sound, all of that. But some people just don't have an imagination like that. And the whole point of visualization is not to struggle, it's to find encouragement and belief within you. So I think that you need to first and foremost say, I am visualizing because I want a goal. And you know what? Whatever my technique is, it's going to be right because that's who I am. Go with whatever technique feels true to you. You want to feel truth within you. And the only way you can do that is by honestly gravitating towards the images and the feelings that feel right and feel exciting. You're visualizing because it's an exciting feeling of things you want to come. So do it in whatever way you want and don't doubt yourself. Don't say it's not working. Just visualize, be feeling like, wouldn't it be wonderful if this happened? Like, I'm just going to imagine it because the thought is so beautiful and it fills me with so much joy. And don't even say, well, then where is it? Just enjoy the thought of it. That's how things come into your life. And that's how they come into your life fastest. How about if he says he's emotionless and not ready? Okay. I know plenty of guys say this. They do. And it's frustrating and it totally irks you and it totally gets you down. It gets you into a defeated mode where you feel like, oh my God, why is he saying this to me? It's not fair. And I think a lot of times you just have to reset your belief within yourself. Say, you know what? I deserve someone who is ready for me. Give this person a little space. Stop focusing on the frustration of it and how angry it's making you. And, oh gosh, my life would be so wonderful if he wasn't saying these awful things. Say to yourself, you know what? It's going to be okay. Maybe he's saying this right now, but people change their mind and it's okay. And I'm just going to give him some space. Honestly, a lot of times when we are frustrated with something, we like badger somebody and we're like, change your mind, change your mind. You got to change your mind. And we bug them. That doesn't work. You have to allow them to come to these realizations on their own. Give them the freedom and unconditional love to do this. Believe in yourself. Do your own thing. And that's when they usually come back to you and say, you know what? Everything I said before, I've changed my mind. I've come to this realization. I've had this light bulb moment where I totally changed my mind and I want to be with you with all my heart. And that's how it happens. Because that happens. It happens in the movies. It usually happens when the other characters moved on or moved ahead. And that's why, we play out these stories, because whenever you stop focusing on the frustration of something is when you break through the walls and you succeed. What's your view on psychics? I don't like anything that reinforces the idea of separation. Psychics gives you this idea that your life is pre-written, it's predestined, and the psychic can see what's coming next. But it's not true. Your truth is within you. You are your own universe. The universe is not something separate than you. I mean, I can't say this enough. I should hold up a huge sign that says you are your own universe. It is not something outside of you. It is not something else that you're reaching for. It is totally 100% within you. The creative power within you has the ability to do just about anything. If your mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. So by going to a psychic, you are saying, you know what? I don't have any creative power. Someone else has the power and the ability to tell me what is going to happen to me. And you're like relinquishing your ability and your control over you. Like, why are you tossing it aside? And why are you letting someone else tell you what you are capable and what is possible in your life? Like, if a psychic gives you a prediction and it comes true, It's because you believed it was true. It's not because this person predicted it. It was never written in stone. It's because you believed it. If a psychic gives you a prediction that doesn't come true, it's because you didn't believe in it. So going to a psychic, it just kind of delays your own spiritual growth, because all you're doing is you're putting your future in someone else's hands, and they don't have any control over you. Maybe they can pick up on sort of the energy that's around you right now, but that energy can change at any moment. So honestly, it is just creating this idea of separation. You do not need someone else to tell you what is possible in your own life. And you don't want to create this idea of separation. You want to create this idea of strengthening who you are. You are a god of your own life, and you're pretending that you're not. I heard that in the Alan Watts video. I love that video. I'll have to link it. It is one of my favorite things. But it's that, we're dreaming up life, and that we are gods, that we're pretending that we're not. And the whole joy and adventure of life is thinking that you can't have something and then achieving it. If we knew how accessible it was, it wouldn't have the same meaning. And I really think that's why we cause all of these dramatic twists and turns in our life, because it's so much more meaningful to get something that you earned through not really thinking that you were going to have it, and you had to go through all of this to get it, and then you achieve the goal. That's a miracle. If it was just handed to you, it wouldn't feel like a miracle. Let's see. I was in no contact with my specific person, and it took 6 months. I manifested a text from him, and he said he missed me and wished me the best, and then he disappeared again. Since then, what should I do? A lot of times that happens where, and I got a chat. I will answer that one in a moment. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll get a little bit at a time. You'll have a breakthrough. Suddenly they will contact you, but then they'll suddenly disappear again. Why does that happen? Because I really think breakthroughs happen in small bits. And the trick is, when you get a breakthrough, then you just keep pushing ahead, even if it seems to have taken a plateau or a lull again. I always compare it to losing weight. It's like you'll lose a little weight at a time, and then it'll pause, but you'll still be doing the same thing, and you'll still be cutting calories and exercising, and you're like, hey, wait a second, I'm doing all the right things, but I'm not getting any results. But it pauses. Sometimes you even gain a pound, but then you lose weight again. So it's this pushes forward, pauses for a moment, maybe even goes back a little bit, and then pushes forward again. And it just keeps doing that. And if you can understand the logic of the way things work, then it can be comforting, and then you don't stress and obsess over it or think you're doing something wrong. Okay, so I'm going to answer the super chat question. Does deservingness and guilt affect manifestation when it comes to a specific person? I've always had a guilty conscience in general, wondering if it is the reason why I feel so blocked. Okay. Guilt happens to a lot of people. A lot of times you will feel not worthy of something, or you will feel guilty about wanting to be with a specific person, or you'll feel guilty about achieving a particular job, thinking that, you're taking it away from someone else, or you'll feel guilty having more money because you'll feel not deserving of that. We live in sort of a consciousness where we're supposed to suffer. Suffering is attractive in some way. We're not supposed to actually be happy. And a lot of people feel guilty about it. And I really think addressing this guilt will help you in achieving your manifestation, because you don't want to ignore this. If you are feeling guilty, you don't want to suppress that and think that maybe positive thinking will just make it go away. You really want to address this head on and say to yourself, why do I feel guilty? What is causing me to feel like this? And even if it's something that you've always had, you can overcome this. You do not have to be the person you were 15 years ago. You do not have to be the person you were when you formed your beliefs in childhood. You can become a new and evolved version of you. You do not have to stay stuck in any way. And I think that also another thing this person mentioned is feeling so blocked. A lot of times people feel blocked because, and another super chat came in. I'll answer that one next after this one. So a lot of times people will feel blocked, what they're doing isn't working, and they think that there's some, that they have to overcome this blockage and then they will break through. But I think this idea of a blockage is actually just an illusion. There's nothing about you that is blocked except the idea that you are blocked. So a lot of times people, if they're not getting their manifestation, they will become obsessed with this idea that they're blocked in some way, and they have to tweak this being blocked in order to finally get the manifestation. But the manifestation comes when you just completely let go. And what I mean by letting go is not letting go of your desire. It's that you're relaxed. In fact, I should probably just start saying relaxed, because so many people misinterpret letting go. So it's when you're relaxed, you're just doing your own thing. And even though this thing you want is so important, you're just able to just appreciate this moment and not see it as imperfect, not see it as containing lack. You're able to see the beauty in this current moment because it is bridging you to the moment you prefer. So instead of saying to yourself, I have a blockage, I am experiencing a blockage, I need to figure out what this blockage is so that I can achieve my desire. Instead, say I have no blockage at all. It hasn't happened yet, but you know what? It will happen at the perfect time. And when it happens, it'll be more beautiful, more amazing than I ever dreamed. And I'll feel like no time ever passed at all. And it'll feel more perfect than I ever could have dreamed. And I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. If you can say that instead of saying, oh my gosh, I have a blockage, I need to get rid of this blockage. I mean, which one feels better? Try to repeat something similar to what I just said, about the beauty in the moment. And oh my gosh, it's going to happen when it happens and it'll be amazing. And I'm doing exactly all the right things. In fact, I'm doing more than enough. Okay. So let's answer this next super chat question. I did Law of Attraction everything when you recommended. He came back with third parties. I left now. He is silent for 2 months. What should I do? Okay. So third parties is something a lot of you experience. And it's super frustrating. And whenever there's a third party, I always recommend that you want to really strengthen your belief within yourself about why you have so much amazingness and why you don't even have to worry about a third party. Even if there is a third party there, it doesn't even matter because you have so much awesomeness and you can just rock things and be amazing and be picked first. Like you are the only choice, not like, well, he has a choice between her or you or him or you or, there's a choice. No, you are the clear-cut winner, and this third party can only make you look better. It's not a threat. So I think a lot of times when someone is silent, you assume that they've forgotten all about you, that they no longer want you, that, you're not on their mind. But what I've noticed about it when people go silent is that we're multi-layered people. We have a lot of thoughts. And just because we're not reaching out does not mean we're not thinking about someone. So if someone's gone silent, I want you to imagine them thinking about you all the time and wondering what you're up to, almost being afraid to contact you, like him knowing that he's done something wrong and him being like, I wonder if she still wants me. I wonder if she still would have me in her life. So basically what I would do in this situation is I would try to get your groove back. Like right now you might be feeling really self-defeated and really low. But if you can really start identifying with happiness of life and seeing possibilities in love and feeling like you have a million options open to you, it's not like waiting around to be with him. It's this idea that he can earn, your love back instead of feeling like you'll just be with him whenever he's ready, like you're waiting around. Say to yourself, he has to earn me back. He has to make things up to me. He needs to, I need to pick who's best for me. And imagine like competition, like he has competition. Like there's other guys that you could potentially want to be with and he has competition. Like switch the places of power. A lot of times when you want to be with someone so badly, you feel so hopeless and you feel like, in this place of, being a victim or just being in this low state of mind. And you don't want to feel like that. You want to feel empowered, like you are the prize, not that this other person is the prize. And when you can start flipping that around is when miracles start to happen. Okay. What about a breakup after a short relationship? What is your idea to manifest fast? Okay. So the length of the relationship does not matter. Even if you were only on one date with this person, if you want this person back, it's totally possible. Don't think in terms of, if we were together longer, I'd have a better chance of attracting this person. Instead, think in terms of a connection. Really, the universe doesn't know time. It doesn't. So it's not going to favor a 3-year relationship as opposed to a 3-day relationship. And again, the universe is like a creative tool. It's not something that's picking whether or not you deserve to be with this person. So get into the feeling of, you're just sending out this energy and you're allowing it to be reflected back at you. It is really as simple as that. It does not have to be overcomplicated. It does not have to be something you stress about. And I know that when you want something so badly, you tend to obsess about it or stress about it. Oh my gosh, is it going to happen? Or am I doing this right? If you can just ditch all of that really gripping energy, like all that energy is tight, it's tense, it's yucky, it's not fun. If you can get into a place of just beauty and love and say to yourself, I would love to be with this person again because they make me smile, because it's awesome, because it's beautiful. And then just do your thing. It's amazing how they just appear. If you need more money, a better job, like this kind of technique works in all areas of your life. And it is really that simple. But again, I think that if we knew exactly how simple it was, these miracles would have no meaning. They wouldn't be a miracle because they'd just be handed to us. And I think that we're sort of attracted to the struggle, because then when we get the goal, it is this beautiful miracle, awe-inspiring moment, which we all long to have. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it quits for today. Do expect some videos that I made with my GoPro. They're really awesome. I went to Cotopaxi. I went to Kilauea. I went to the Mindo Cloud Forest. I did have really limited internet in Ecuador. I was expecting to get a lot more work done. Once I got to Mindo, like the internet would come on for like 3 seconds and then it would go again for 3 minutes. And I just sort of gave up. Like, you couldn't get any level of work done there. And I was in the cloud forest. I don't want to be sitting at my computer. I was out zip lining. I went to the chocolate factory, or I guess chocolate farm, rather. It's not a factory. I went to the butterfly farm. What else did I do? I did a cable car ride. I saw some waterfalls. It was amazing. And I've got some videos of where I stayed and the mountains and the volcano and the bike ride. And it's going to be amazing. So look forward to that soon. I will be doing more live videos as well, more recorded ones too. Feel free to submit your questions. If you do want to do one-on-one coaching with me, I am available again. If you are waiting for an email, I think I'm up to like December 23rd, so I'm still pretty far behind, but I expect to have those caught up within the next few days. I am available for phone sessions as well. Back to my regular work schedule. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be cheering you on. I'm like your cheerleader. Helping you get to the goal. I am wishing you all the best. Feel free to email me at VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. My website is VeronicaIsles.com. And I hope you have a lovely and beautiful day. And I want you to reach your goal. I want you to know exactly how easy it can be. If you have fun with this and you just play around with your desire like you are sculpting clay, and you just imagine things as simple as that, and you just allow them to happen. It's amazing the way miracles can happen. Okay, have a lovely day. I will be in touch.